Okay guys, welcome back to a new episode. Tonight we are looking at PLTR stock. We have looked at this one before, but of course a lot has changed since we last looked at it all that time ago. So in tonight's episode we talk about why this one does have some big potential going into 2021 and all of that kind of good stuff and whether you should buy it. So of course before we do begin, I am not a financial advisor, so please do remember that. On top of that guys, there are some people in the comment section which are pretending to be me, advertising some WhatsApp things. Guys, that is not me. I do not use WhatsApp at all, so please don't be fooled into that by anybody, whether it's pretending to be me or somebody else. But yeah, in tonight's one we are going to be looking at why this one does have some real big potential into this new year. So of course, if it sounds like a plan, please leave a like and subscribe. We are trying to grow the channel as much as we possibly can, and you guys have been helping us out massively, so if we can keep this growth going, it would be massively appreciated. Let's jump straight into the video. So guys, we're going to start this one off by looking at how the stock has been moving over the past few days, and we can see more recently this one has actually broken out of its pattern, and that was due to this demo day which happened today, I do believe, and of course we'll be talking about that in just a few seconds. But we can see that from there it rallied up from a previous price of $25 with a huge increase up 39%, putting us at $36.23, and now we have actually come down ever so slightly today with a 3% decrease, as of course a lot of that hype is kind of sold off. However, looking at this one over the past 5 days, we can see a bit closer that this one is kind of leveling out at this point. Yes, it is going down ever so slightly, which is to be expected with such a big increase, but you know what, it looks like it may actually be leveling out, and of course there are a few good factors which could definitely help this one into the new year. So what we already know about the company is that it's a very stable company with some very big clients, and of course just looking right there we can see that the company's market cap is at 61 billion. We already know they have so many big clients, I could name hundreds of them to be honest, but just going off the top of my head, we have the NHS, which they have actually just signed a deal with, and this one is worth 31 million. This is in our country, the UK, and we can see they are basically going to be helping out with all of the kind of stuff which is happening with the NHS this year, so good on them for that. But we can see that is bringing in quite a lot of money, and like I said, there are so many different companies which this one is working with, and we can see some big potential from that already because it's a well established company. But you know what, this year we are seeing this demo day which happened today according to this article from WFL MJ, and we can see basically this day is really a big potential one, and obviously depending on if people like or do not like what came out today, we will be seeing some big potential moves in the future of this share's price. So of course basically guys, you can do your own research on the demo day. We're not looking too far into that one because it would take too long, but basically looking at what this means, if this company is providing things which people like, there is some big potential there for it to go up. If people aren't really happy with what the company is making, it could potentially go down. So of course, realistically, we're going to be seeing this one play out into the next week, in my opinion. If it goes down, probably people aren't too big of a fan. If it goes down by a small amount, don't get me wrong, it's probably not a bad thing at all because, a small bit of a sell-off after a 35% increase is not necessarily the worst thing in the world. So I would not be too concerned at that point. But you know what? If it does go up, I think we'll be seeing some good potential for this one in the next year. Like I said, already a very well-established company, and not too many people do know about this stock. I mean, yes, it is a $34 stock, but realistically, guys, let's talk about this one. The market cap is at 61 billion, and you know what, the stock price is not as high as you would expect for a company in this realm. So there is some real big potential for that growth in the next few years. Obviously this is more of a stable growth stock in my opinion. I mean, yes, it could still rally, but if I was going to be buying this one, I'd be looking for big growth over a longer term period. I don't think that's a bad thing at all in my opinion. But yeah guys, another factor for some potential growth is the earnings date, and that is set to come out on the 11th. This is according to Nasdaq. So we can see that's only a few days away, realistically 2 or 3 weeks I do believe, maybe even 2 weeks. So you know what, some real big potential is coming for this one, and I think we will possibly be seeing some very positive earnings potentially. And again, I think this does have some potential as well to set the path for the rest of the year. So of course guys, there is definitely a lot of things on the market for this stock in the next year, a lot of big potential, and of course the next year is going to be pretty, important for the share's price, as we could basically see this one be made or broken in the next year, in the sense that yes, if some institutions do finally come along and pick this one up, we are going to see a lot more investor attention in my opinion. But you know what, if we sit pretty flat with not enough attention on this one, we don't really have that potential for growth. But honestly guys, I can see some growth possibly coming with this one. It's still a bit more of a speculative play, as we don't 100% know what our earnings are are going to be and all that kind of good stuff. But overall, guys, some real potential in this one, in my opinion. So, of course, make sure to do your own research, but that was my opinions, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.